I have always felt a strong pull to explore the wilder places in this country. Loch Maree in the Wester Ross is a precious and isolated fragment of a wild Caledonian rainforest which once spread across most of the west coast of Scotland. What we witness happening in the Amazon today happened in the UK thousands of years ago. When people think of places like Scotland, they think of rugged open moorland and high peaks with a few trees dotted here and there. That is not the natural landscape. It is the result of an ancient deforestation and generations of overgrazing. Caledonian rainforest, primarily consisting of the beautiful twisted Scots pine and rare liverworts and mosses, was once far-reaching and expansive. Most of this is gone, and what remains is under threat from invasive species such as the dreaded Rhododendron Ponticum, which was misguidedly introduced by Victorians and has devastated our native forests. Loch Maree has over 60 isolated islands, possibly containing the best preserved natural woodland in all of the UK, a precious fragment of this Caledonian rainforest. So, me and my partner Charity set out on a long journey to explore this wild land. We drove up to Kelder Forest in Northumberland and spent a few days exploring there before heading up to Loch Maree with our kayak. Driving up through the Highlands was incredibly beautiful. We were hoping all the way the weather would remain clear enough for a crossing to the islands. We had originally planned to kayak out on the afternoon of our arrival, spending a night, followed by a day of exploration, and a further night on the islands before returning back. However, conditions proved too rough when we first arrived, and we decided to wait until the next day for better weather. We wild camped on the shores of Loch Maree. Come morning, the weather had calmed.
Morning.
We were able to set out into the loch. Crossing around half a mile of open water at its deepest point around 60 metres. As we approached, I began to see just how wild and untouched these lands are. And when we set foot on the coarse, sandy shore, we began a wondrous adventure, transported to a bygone age of Scottish history. The Scots pines are accompanied by heather, mosses, rare liverworts, and other native trees like junipers, rowans, and silver birches. Deer evidently swim to the islands, and while we didn't see any, we did find some footprints and some droppings on the shore. The island we visited has its own little pond in the centre. This is a truly enchanting and magical place. Our blissful exploration was abruptly halted when I spotted what I'd most dreaded we would see. Rhododendron Ponticum taking root on the island. Thankfully this infestation is in its early stages, and I contacted the reserve manager, Doug, who informed me that they would send some rangers to clear out the area concerned. While Caledonian Forest's range has been vastly reduced, some areas, such as the Gairloch estate, are being replanted with native woods to try and recreate more Caledonian forest. Our trip to the loch was fleeting, and our exploration of one small island left me eager to return, better prepared to explore further islands and the surrounding valley. There are mysteries at Loch Maree. Mysteries of curing, healing waters, of monks and saints, and of ruins. All of this will be interesting to revisit in the future. If you do visit Loch Maree, Please be sure to read the reserve rules and recommendations, and always wear a buoyancy aid. Thanks for joining me on this little adventure. And a friendly reminder, please do not plant or cultivate Rhododendron Ponticum in this country. It is a major threat to our native forests and is extremely hard to control once well established. There are non-invasive species of rhododendron that can be obtained.